my name is Julia Palermo with Palermo and Associates located in New York, and I'm here today to answer your pressing litigation questions. But first, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter. All the links are in the description box below, along with my website and other information. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about courtroom etiquette. I know with COVID-19, things are a little bit more confusing, especially with everything now being virtual. Virtual meetings, virtual work, including virtual courtrooms, which is a really new thing for not just you guys, but also for us attorneys and judges as well. So I just wanted to spend some time today to talk about how you should be acting in a virtual courtroom. I'm sure you guys have a general understanding of how you should act in a physical courtroom, but maybe there might be some things that you need to be reminded of how you should be acting in a virtual courtroom. Being prepared for your court appearance doesn't mean just being prepared for your case. It also means being prepared on how you should be acting when you're in a courtroom. So the first thing I'm going to be talking to you about is when you should be speaking. And you should only be speaking when it's your turn to speak. Now, this is assuming you don't have an attorney. If you have an attorney, your attorney will be doing most of the talking, and you really should be referring to your attorney. They'll let you know when you should be speaking, what you should be doing, and how you should be doing it. So definitely listen to your attorney. If you don't have an attorney, you really shouldn't be saying anything unless it's your turn to say something. The only time that you should be interrupting someone is if you're in a trial and you're making an objection. In that case, go ahead, interrupt. But in most situations, that's not happening. Usually the judge is speaking to one side and then they're speaking to you, especially if this is a small claims case. Now, the only time that you should be saying anything is when it's your turn to be saying something. If the judge is speaking to the other side and the other side's giving a narrative, you shouldn't be saying anything. Now, this also goes in turn. If it's your turn to be asking questions, or your turn to be answering questions, or your turn to be doing a narrative, the other side shouldn't be speaking either. So just be sure to only speak when you're supposed to be spoken to. And please don't speak over the judge. I know that it's very hard, you guys are very passionate, but if the judge is talking, do not interrupt the judge. Make sure the judge finishes what they're saying before you say anything. And ask if you can speak. Your Honor, may I be heard? Your Honor, I'd like to say something. Your Honor, can I ask a question? Make sure you ask the judge that you can speak if there's something that you need to say. Don't just start talking. The second thing is to make sure that there's no one coming in and out of the room you're in. Try your best. I understand this might be very hard for some people, especially if they're living with other people, but try very hard to be in a room or in a location where there's no one else. If you can lock a door, please lock the door. Just make sure that someone isn't coming in and out or running in front of your screen or talking or causing any distractions in the background. You really want this to be as distraction-free as possible. So the best and ideal situation would be that you can go to a room, maybe a bedroom or a study or some room in your house where you can lock the door behind you so that this way no one can come in. And make sure to let everyone know, be it verbally or a sign on your door saying court in progress, so that no one's coming in while you're in the middle of your court appearance. There's nothing worse than having a child, a partner, a friend, a roommate. I know people have done court appearances at work, so a coworker or a boss coming in the middle of their court appearance. That doesn't look good. That's not professional. That's also distracting for not just you, but to the judge and to the other side and to the court reporter. Remember, the court reporter is trying to get everything down that they hear. So if they're hearing noise in the background or people are coming in and out, they're going to be missing important things that they need to get down. And the judge isn't going to be happy either. Some judges are a little bit more understanding right now because they understand that times are hard, we're in a pandemic, there's only so much people can do. But if it's something that happens multiple times during a court appearance, a judge is going to be very upset about that, and it may end up hurting you more than anything else. And it's not going to help you to stay focused on what it is that you need to do to help win your case. So the best thing you can do for yourself is to set aside a space or location that you can be distraction-free in the middle of your court appearance. Number 3, please do not act casually. Don't dress casually, don't speak casually, don't do anything casually. This is not a casual meeting. This isn't like something you meeting friends. It's not game night, it's not a movie night, it's not an event. It's a legal proceeding. It's a real legal proceeding. It's something that's very serious and could very much affect your life. So please, please take it seriously. Dress properly. Don't show up in like a sweatshirt. Don't show up with wet hair. Make sure you look presentable. Whatever you would wear if you were going to an actual courtroom is what you should be wearing for your Zoom meeting. I mean, maybe you don't have to necessarily wear a skirt and nice pants, but definitely make sure at least the top up, whatever can be seen, is presentable. You don't have to wear a suit, but definitely a nice shirt. You don't have to have your hair a certain way. Just make sure it looks nice, presentable. You want to look like you didn't just roll out of bed and put on the Zoom and enter your court appearance. You want to look as though you put yourself together. You want to look professional. You want to look like you're ready and you're here and that you mean business. You don't want to talk casually either. The judge isn't your friend. They're not here to joke around. They're not here to chit chat. They're here to get their work done. They're here to make sure the case is going the way it should be going. They're here to make a decision. Don't act like the judge is here to be your friend, because they're not. That's not what they're here for. Make sure that whatever you're doing, that you're doing it in a professional way, that you speak to the judge with a professional tone. I understand that sometimes things happen in courts and we laugh a little, but overall, you're not here to make jokes. You're not here to chit chat. And I've seen this happen, and I've seen a lot of judges very upset about it. And being this way may actually hurt your case more than anything else. So just remember that this is like a real case. It is a real case. You're real. It's a judge. There's a court reporter. There's your side. There's the other side. Please take it seriously. Please don't make jokes. Don't chat. Don't talk over the judge, like I said before. If you need to say something, if you want to talk, make sure you ask, Your Honor, may I speak? Your Honor, can I say something? Just try to keep yourself as professional as possible and keep reminding yourself just because it's virtual doesn't mean that this cannot affect your life. So dress nice, speak properly, don't treat this like a casual encounter. Always keep yourself poised the whole time. And number 4, I feel like this one should go without saying, but I've seen this actually happen multiple times. Don't leave the call. Do not hang up on your virtual call, your virtual meeting, for any reason. I understand some of these, I know I spoke before about how to look. I know some of these meetings are by phone, but there's also a lot of these that are by virtual video call. Regardless of what it is, a phone call, a virtual call, however this is being held virtually, don't just leave. Don't just hang up. If the judge is in the middle of talking, the other side is talking, the case is still ongoing, don't hang up. Don't leave the meeting for any reason. If you have to go, something comes up, you're having an emergency. Your Honor, can we have an adjournment? Can I request an adjournment? Your Honor, may I request an adjournment? Something just happened. I have an emergency. Ask the judge. Speak up. Don't just end the call. Don't just be like, oh, I have to go, my kid's throwing up. Your Honor, can I have a short break? Your Honor, I require a few minutes. You need to make sure that you ask for this break before you leave. If you leave and you're in the middle of something, specifically I know with the small claims, they like to get things done either that day, like between that day or the next meeting. But if you leave in the middle of it, you could lose if you're the defendant. If you're the plaintiff, you could lose as well. You could lose your whole case by just leaving. If you drop a call, the judge isn't going to be happy. And this will definitely make the judge, out of everything I've said before, the most angry. This will make them the most pissed off. This will really, really affect your case in a very serious way. So just don't do it. If you need to leave, you need to ask, Your Honor, can I have an adjournment? Your Honor, I need a few minutes, and see what the judge says. And explain, if necessary, why you need that time. Don't just get off. When the judge tells you that the case is finished, that you're all done, thank you, have a good day, then you can leave. Then it's okay to sign off. Then it's okay to hang up. If you're not sure If your case is over, if you're not sure if it's finished, you can ask, Your Honor, can I hang up? Your Honor, can I go? Your Honor, are we done? Your Honor, is there anything else? And the judge will probably say, no, you're good, you can go. Thank you so much for your time. You need to speak up when you need to leave, and you need to speak up if you're not sure if you can leave, because you don't want to lose your case because you ended a voice call or you ended a video call. Understandably, there might be technical issues that may come up that causes your call to drop or your video to drop. In that case, reach out to the court right away, ASAP. Make sure that you're telling your attorney, if you have an attorney, hey, I just lost my video. Hey, I got disconnected. And make sure you try to get right back on that call as soon as possible, but make sure you voice it either to the judge, opposing counsel, yourself, everyone. If you have the emails, make sure you have the email, the phone number, or something, so that this way you can voice, hey, I have a technical issue. I'm trying to get back on, but I'm having difficulties. You want to be sure that you voice that either through another means. So if your phone dies but you still have your computer, send an email. If it's your computer who dies but you still have your phone, send a text or call someone. You can't just vanish. It's kind of akin to getting up and walking out of a courtroom in the middle of your trial, which, to be honest, I've actually seen happen in real life. But you don't want to do that. It's a really, really awful thing to do in real life, in a physical courtroom, as it is in virtual. Like I said, so stuff happens. I understand there's technical issues that happen, but you want to make sure that you let the court know right away, hey, something happened. I'm trying to get back on. Can we have an adjournment for an hour or something? And some of these judges will be willing to do that. They're very understanding that there's technical things, that this is all new. It's new for them as well. But make sure, again, you're voicing this. You're asking the judge, hey, can I have some time? Your Honor, can I have an adjournment so I can get the technical issues resolved? You got to be sure that you're reaching out to the court to let them know what's happening, because you don't want to just drop off and they can't reach you and you lose your case. So that's very, very important, and something that I think that I've seen happen actually a few times virtually, and I think that that's something that you need to be very careful of and very aware of with this new virtual court appearance that's happening. So to sum everything up, again, you want to make sure you're only speaking when it's your turn, unless when you're objecting. Refer to your attorney. Your attorney's probably going to be doing most of the talking. The judge is usually going to be talking to your attorney, unless you need to say something, and the attorney then will ask you to speak. So just make sure you're only talking when it's your turn. 2, be in a room with no distractions. Make sure that nothing's happening in the background. No one's talking, no one's walking in and out. You're in a quiet space that you can focus on your court appearance. 3, don't act casual. Don't dress casually. Don't speak casually. Make sure that you're professional. Make sure you're dressed for the part. Make sure you're ready for court. And make sure you're speaking to the judge in a professional way, that you're speaking to your opposing counsel, your opposing side in a professional way. And finally, 4, don't leave the call until it's your turn to leave. Make sure you ask the judge for an adjournment if needed. Make sure you let them know if there's technical issues happening. Make sure you get confirmation that it's okay to leave the hearing. I know that there's a lot going on. I understand that this might seem like it's all, it should just be common knowledge, but this is still a new landscape. This is something that's very different for a lot of people, and I've actually seen a lot of these things happening. So as much as I feel like, and you may be like, oh, this is common knowledge, it's not always. And it's something that I also had to think of and realize on my own now that I'm doing more virtual appearances myself. So definitely take everything I say to heart. And if you have any other questions or comments, you can leave them below, or you can send me an email, and I'll see you next time. Have a good day.